Willkommen zum Experteninterview heute mit Alex, denn heute habe ich was super Spannendes vorbereitet, denn Alex ist selber auch schon lange in dem High-Ticket-Closing-Space unterwegs und wird uns heute etwas von seiner Perspektive erzählen. Auf jeden Fall wird auf Englisch stattfinden. Das heißt, im YouTube kannst du einfach unten in der Ecke Untertitel und dann auf Englisch switchen, sollte eigentlich möglich sein. Und auf jeden Fall, Alex, welcome to the interview.
Thank you, man. Good to be here, man. Good to be here. I'm excited for this interview.
Same, man. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Like, first of all, just for the viewers, who is Alex? Like, what do you now? Who are you?
Yeah. So my name is Alex. I'm from Sweden, and I'm 22 years old, and I'm a high ticket closer, and I also manage sales teams. So I've been appointment setting for a bit, and I got into closing. Been doing it for almost 3 years at this point. So done this for a while. Traveled the world while doing it, and right now I manage sales teams, like I said, and yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So just for context, you said you're doing this for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I get this question a lot, but like for people especially in Europe, which is, always some years lagging behind the US in terms of online businesses, how would you describe a closer? I'm sure you get this question a lot, but what is a closer?
Yeah, what is a closer? So yeah, I get this question a lot. So basically what it is like people know about sales, right? Like I don't know your audience exactly like I think most people like, you know what sales is, okay, you sell people, like that whole profession, It's basically like doing sales in the industry of working for like online coaches. You guys probably know like Iman Gadzi, Alex Hermosi, Grant Cardone. It's like being someone who sells for them. So the simplest way that I usually explain it is like, think about it, you have these business owners, they run ads, make content, get people who are interested. They need someone who can just like come in and take that interest and convert it into clients, convert it into money. That's what it is. So basically, like what I do is like when I'm closing, I just have my calendar. I work for one of these online coaches. They run ads, they run like content, they make videos, etc. They get people to book into my calendar. I show up, talk to warm leads, people that already want to buy, talk to them, close the deal. I just run through my call process, and I do that maybe like 4 or 5 times per day, and get paid a commission when I close the deal. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah, short and sweet. Nice, amazing. You already also mentioned type of companies, which that is, because I also get that question a lot to you as well. So you said like companies like Iman Gadzi, influencers,
Yeah.
online business in general. So let's talk about you. Like you said, you're doing this since 3 years. Take us to the 3 years ago, like the first time. How did you find out about that high ticket closing even exists, and what were your first thoughts? Were you skeptical? Just walk us through that.
Yeah, I had a pretty like interesting story because like how I started off when I was like 16, 17, I started like online business, and I did agency, drop shipping, trading, affiliate marketing, like everything, and I made some money with that. The thing I stuck to for the longest was the agency, so a marketing agency. I was like, this is gonna be the thing that's gonna make me a shit ton of money. But then basically what happened is like, long story short, I did the agency, signed up a bunch of clients, like probably like 5 clients my first every month, working with solar businesses. And then set up a bunch of clients, couldn't get the results. So clients were like leaving, I wasn't getting paid because I had like performance-based deals. And then I was like, okay, I love sales, I was like, okay, because I had some friends, I was traveling, like I was in Portugal at the time. So I have some friends, they're just doing sales. They're making like 10K a month, only doing sales. And 10K a month was my goal with the agency, because I was making like 1K a month. So I was like, what if I could just do sales and get paid 10K a month for doing that, So that's when I realized that these guys are doing it, but I was still kind of in between, like I would rather have an agency, I don't want to work for someone else, I don't want to be a closer because then I have a boss, etc. But then I realized I got to a point where it's like I was stuck with my parents in Sweden. It was getting cold, it was getting towards the winter. So I was like, fuck, I need to get out. I need to like be somewhere where it's actually warm. I was tired of living with my parents. I think I was like 18 or 19 at the time. And I was okay, I need to make this work. I need to make like at least 5K a month so I can move out. And then I was like, okay, I found in like a Facebook group, I found someone that was looking for like a high ticket closer. And that was the thing that really like made me do it. I was on a call with a guy. I don't know if you know him, Eli Castaneda. Do you know him?
No, I don't know.
He lives in Medellin now.
Oh, nice.
Or he was there before at least. He basically like, he was a closer. I wanted to call with him to like learn basically like a program how to get into high ticket sales. I didn't end up buying, but he basically told me on that call, he's like, yeah, I used to have an agency making 70K per month. It's like way more than I was making. And I switched from that into high ticket sales, and now he's making 30K profit from high ticket sales. So I was like, that kind of like blew my mind, like how much you actually make in the space, So that's why eventually, after some like back and forth, I had a mentor. I talked with him, and also I met up, or I found, this is a very long story. I found Alex Hermose's neighbor as well on
No way.
Instagram.
I didn't know that.
I reached out to
Okay.
him. I found him like I stalked him down, on Instagram. Reached out to him, and I was like, bro, should I do my agency or should I do
Yeah.
sales? And then he was like, bro, do sales, because he was in gym launch closing
Oh,
for
okay.
Alex
Yes.
Hermose.
Yes.
So that's when I was like, okay, this guy's telling me, this other guy's telling me, like, okay, I need to do sales. So I
Damn.
quit the agency, sold the agency, or like sold. I kind of dropped the agency,
Mhm.
and then went into high ticket sales, and yeah, man, and here we are.
And here we are, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Crazy story. It's so interesting because a lot of people that are like high ticket closer, they tried like agency before. I mean, same for
Yeah.
me. You guys, you know my story, and maybe drop shipping, Amazon FBA, all those online businesses.
Yeah.
And then at one point they realized, wait a minute, there's high ticket closing, and it's even like it's simpler. It's maybe like easier, even though it's like not in the beginning. It's not easy, but it's like easier.
Mhm.
And it's interesting. So that's what I always say. Like, guys, if you already know now about high ticket closing, instead of like doing Amazon FBA drop shipping, like just cut to the goal directly.
Yeah.
But in the end, like just do something. It's always better than just staying in your 9-to-5 job. That's for sure.
Yeah, and let me add to that, because
Yeah,
the thing that like made me realize, like I didn't even talk about that before, but like the thing that made me realize like why I should quit the agency, and what that guy told me as well is like I just realized that learning one skill and like building a strong, what he told me, like that Alex Hermose's neighbor, he was like, you're building a pyramid, you're stacking skills, and like if you know how to sell, if you know how to market, you know how to like lead people, manage, you're gonna make at least $1 million per year, if not more, But the reason why you don't make, he told me this, the reason why I'm not making more money right now is because I don't have these skills developed. I know sales kinda, but I don't master it.
Like you back then, right? Just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, back then. So then I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do right now is like this season of my life, next 2 years, I'm gonna go all in on mastering the skill. Because I also understood, like, if I know how to sell, I'm never gonna make less than 100K per year, realistically.
Exactly.
So that's why, like, just going all in on one skill. That's what I realized.
I mean, and I never thought about it in the pyramids kind of sense, but it makes a lot of sense. Like just skills stacking, as it's called. Amazing. So yeah, how did like the big question? How did closing change your life, your lifestyle? Like how's your life the last 3 years as a closer?
Yeah, bro. So I could actually do what I wanted to do. I left my hometown, so I got into a sales role. 1 month I was grinding in Sweden, so like I got into appointment setting first off.
Yep.
Which is basically when you book calls for these guys, like you just book the meeting. You don't close the deal, you just book the meeting. So I did that for a month, and then I booked a one-way trip to Medellin, where we met.
Yeah.
So
Colombia, Medellin is in Colombia, guys.
Yeah. So I booked a one-way trip to Medellin, Colombia, and that was like 1 month in. So I'd saved up like $3,000, $4,000, something like that, and I just booked a one-way trip there. And that's really when my journey started, because then I went there, I locked in, I was away from my parents, I met new people. I was 19 at the time. I met up with a guy that leads Alex Hermose's sales team, So I just like met all these high-level people, learned a lot, and then I just locked in. What was your question, by the way? I forgot.
Yeah, how your the lifestyle, you just like how it changed, how closing changed your lifestyle in all areas.
Yes, so like the biggest thing, I lived on my own, I hadn't done that before, really, So lived on my own, started meeting these high-level people, learned, like changed my mindset completely. Going from my hometown and people that were small-minded to like these high-level people that were doing big shit, And then so I did setting for a bit, and then I found, by being there in Medellin, in Colombia, I found guys that want to hire me for closing, So I got into networks, and so I went from setting into closing, started making 10K a month, like my 3rd or 4th month, something like that. And then
as a closer.
Yeah, or from starting, like I got into high ticket sales. My first month I made like 4K in appointment setting.
Yes.
Second like 6K, and then third I think like 9.7, so almost 10K.
Yes.
Yeah, and the third month was closing. I think it was at least. And then that's basically like the story there. And then from there I started like traveling around. So I went to Costa Rica, went to Mexico, had a base in Medellin, traveled to Spain for a bit. So it's basically, I haven't really had a home for the last like 2 years. I just travel around and like take calls from my computer, and
You need a laptop, internet, and that's it, right?
Yeah, and that's what, because like that's the funny thing. Like last year I went to Buenos Aires, and I went there like a crazy thing. My bag got lost, and like I had to everything went to like shit.
Oh man,
but it was so good because like I could just like show up the next day. I had my computer. I went to a hotel, get internet, and boom, I made 2K that day. just because I have the skill inside of me that no one can like take away. And then a computer and internet, you know, and that's all you need.
So good. Like
Yeah,
no
it's
inventory,
crazy.
no website, no cold calling, nothing.
Yeah, it's
Just
wild. It's wild.
that's so, and also like such, I have so much respect for you because like you did it also at a such young age. I mean, you had $3,000 or euros saved up, and then you
Yeah.
just said, I'm gonna leave Sweden, gonna go to South America and start like and just go all in and
Yeah.
take this like in quote unquote risk. And that's exactly the mindset. I mean, back then you were not yet successful, but you had already that mindset of risk is something positive, risk is something good. It's like if I'm not taking risks, I can never achieve my goals.
Yeah.
And that made you achieve your goals, and now you're here making a lot of money, traveling the world, looking sharp, looking fit, doing sports every day, working out. And yeah, so
Yeah.
talking about like all the countries you visited, like what was your favorite country as a closer? Just like which would you advise if you're like someone of the viewers like, okay, I'm gonna become a closer, I'm free and I want to leave Germany, Austria, or
Yeah.
Switzerland, which is like a country that you can
Yeah,
recommend?
I know a lot of people go to Thailand. Personally, like I've never been to Thailand or Bali, but I feel like for me, like the time zone is not it, you know. But like I mean, it depends. Like if you're working for like a company that has like if you work for like a European company, I'll probably go to Thailand because I think it's super cheap. You can probably like save a lot of money and it's like live in a nice place. A lot of cool people out there you can network with, good gyms, good food, etc. But for me, I just love South America, man. Like Latin America.
Yeah, same.
Brazil. Brazil is really good. You know, he's gonna go to Brazil.
Yeah, I haven't been yet, but like he told me so many good things about Brazil, about the food, about the weather,
Yeah.
the beaches, the people.
Yep.
I gotta go. Yeah.
Brazil is sick, and Medina as well. That's where I had my come up, you know. So Brazil or Medina. I'm sorry, Medina.
Yeah. That's where we met. You
Medellin.
already said, yeah.
Yeah.
And also like in Medellin, in Brazil, in Thailand, Bali, Dubai, you have so many like closers or like people that work remotely. So it's also very nice to network because
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's important that you are surrounded by people that do similar stuff because
Yeah, I would say for your come up, if you're working for US hours, go to Medellin. But if you're when you've made a bit more money, go to Marbella. I recommend Marbella heavily because I was out in Marbella in the beginning of this year and also last year. So many killers out there, like guys in their 20s doing insane stuff, like making a lot of money and like just doing cool shit in general. But it's obviously more expensive. You need to be making at least 10K a month to live out there. So yeah, that's what I recommend.
Definitely worth it. Yeah. So we're already at the end, but so the big question everybody has is, what was your as a closer during the last 3 years? What was your best month in terms of commission? What you made?
Yeah, in terms of just closing alone,
Yes.
22K.
22?
22, yeah, US dollars.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
from just closing, and then I got into sales management, so it's more than that. But like just closing alone, 22K.
Amazing. So the last and final question, which is, what advice do you have for someone that maybe watching this right now is like, it makes sense. I want to become I want to become a closer, but I'm still hesitant and is like on the edge, waiting to take action. What is kind of like your advice for those people?
Yeah, you just gotta do it. So like, I don't know if I can say bad words on this video or no.
Yeah, you can. You can curse.
Don't be a pussy, you know.
I always curse on the videos, so
Okay,
it's fine. Yeah.
Don't be a pussy, you know. Like, what's this? This is how I think about it. It's like, what's the risk you're taking, you know? If you take action and you go after, especially with like high ticket sales, like you're learning a skill and you're landing a role. You're not starting an entire business. You're not like reinventing Facebook, you know. But like, regardless, like that's kind of off point. But like the point I'm making is like, what are you truly risking, you know? If like the worst case, like the worst thing that happens, you go after your goal, you take action, you invest in program, you take action on your goal, try learning a skill, try learning a role. The worst thing that happens is like it doesn't work out, and you go back into your current normal situation, you know?
Yep.
Like that's literally the worst case scenario. People don't get that. The best case scenario is your life changes completely, you know? So there's really no risk. And yeah, man, I just noticed this over and again. Like people that sit around and like wait and like think and like analyze what they're gonna do and like make a plan, they're typically losers, you know? So I'm saying this because hopefully like some of you guys watching this and you probably agree with this as well, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Like the people everyone that I met and also myself, the way that I like got quick success was with like jumping in stuff, stopping to like think about things and like wait and like analyze and just like jumping in and basically trusting my ability to figure shit out. I think that's so important. I watched some video about some like billionaire yesterday and he basically said it's like the common trait with everyone that's hyper successful is they're able to just be very assertive. They put themselves into places and situations where they just trust themselves to figure it out, you know? They don't know what they're doing, they're kind of scared, uncomfortable, but they just like jump into it and trust their ability to figure it out when they get in there. So that's it. That's my advice. Yes, like jump into it and trust that you'll figure it out, and understand that if you don't do that, your life is gonna stay the same. Nothing's gonna change unless you change. And yeah, the risk you're taking is literally just like living the same life that you're living right now for next year. And if you do it, if you try it, you can change that. And worst case scenario is nothing really happens. So just do it.
Amazing, amazing. Alex, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And
Good to be here.
yeah, it's also great that thanks. Like we met each other some years ago in Colombia.
Yeah.
We're both like traveling all the time, like missing each other sometimes.
Yeah.
You're in Brazil, I was in Colombia, I was in Spain, you were in Argentina.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you're visiting me here in Spain.
Yeah.
Having a great time.
Yeah, sick.
And yeah, just want to say thank you. And also like for the viewers, just gonna say some few words in German.
Ja,
so, wenn euch das gefallen hat, lasst dann gefällt mir hier, abonniert den Kanal und wenn ihr mit euch mit Gedanken spielt, closer zu werden, bucht einen 1:1 Call mit mir oder mit jemandem aus meinem Team. Der Link ist unten in der Beschreibung oder schreibt mir auf Instagram einfach das Wort Closer und dann können wir da miteinander texten und schauen, ob das überhaupt zu euch passt, ob wir überhaupt einen guten Fit sind. Und dann werde ich euch auch aufzeigen, wie so eine One-on-One-Zusammenarbeit, eine 1:1 Mentorship in mir aussehen könnte. Auf jeden Fall bedanke ich mich für eure Zeit und dass ihr das gesehen habt und wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Tschüss, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.